a statement wearing the black on the road. With all this red, the blue really does pop. But the only player wearing blue tonight, the Kentucky libero, Eleanor Bevan, and we're underway with the serve from Nebraska setter Bergen Riley, who digs the first attack from Kentucky. Merritt Beason, the Florida transfer, that's dug by Reagan Rutherford of Kentucky. Another try for Beason, off the Kentucky block and out of bounds. Nebraska, the match's first point. Top 25 showdown, the Wildcats come in at 2-5, but they have played Murderer's Row in the non-conference season. Harper Murray, the wonder freshman, D1 head volleyball coach. Kept alive by Nebraska. And delay is rejected. Murray kept alive in the back row by Audrey Whitworth of Kentucky.
Kentucky, though, doing a great job hanging with the best defense in the country.
Here's the player Emily mentioned, Emma Grome, the superstar setter, the junior for Kentucky with the service error, was an assistant with John Cook at Wisconsin in the 90s. Rutherford blocked by Becca Alec, but out of bounds. As a blocker or a defender, do you notice much of a difference when the ball's coming off a lefty attacker versus a righty?
Yeah, on the opposite specifically, you have a player where she's going to hit a different shot than a right-handed player would. For example, Merritt Beason, a right-handed opposite for Nebraska. Rutherford, that time taking that left-handed swing.
Holly Tuzzo, the true freshman, serves for Kentucky now. Dug by Murray. Batenhorst sends it over to Beason. And that's a kill for Merritt Beason and Nebraska. Beason in her first season with Nebraska. Her old team, the Florida Gators, lost a 5-setter to Wisconsin earlier this afternoon in a battle of number 1 versus number 3. Nebraska checking in at number 4. And in addition to Florida, number 2 Louisville also went down today.
And everything's a big puzzle right now headed into conference play. The block and sees it well to place it.
That's only 20 more pounds than former powerlifter Emily Eamon's PR in the squat rack.
I'm telling you, Chris, I could maybe do 120 right now.
Had the chance to serve with Kentucky after serve and pass today. I know your shoulder's a little sore as well.
2 serves, Chris, and I feel like my shoulder's falling off. But it was fun. Craig Skinner let us get in on their serving challenge.
The kill in the middle from Elise Getzinger, the senior. Craig Skinner was actually out of coaching for a little while. He worked in banking for about 3 years before returning to college volleyball coaching as an assistant. And then
this is a program that, I don't want to say started from the bottom, but he really brought them to national prominence. It's not just winning that national championship in 2020, but consistently being near the top of the SEC, competing with Florida for the last few seasons for those titles. It's a new day and we can win.
Beason serves after the kill for Nebraska. Dug by Lexi Rodriguez. Murray to play it. Allie Batenhorst with the swing. And a point for Nebraska. In 2004, of course, they won their second national championship in 2000, beating Wisconsin, actually.
His first time actually being here at the Devaney Center, making one-on-one situations, which is tough to do against this Nebraska defense.
Kentucky by 1 in the first. Andy Jackson, the freshman, on the slide. Annie Choboy out of the lineup tonight. Bolsiger will see an expanded role in the match. Rome, the setter, is in the front row. That's a service error. Kennedy Orr serves now for Nebraska. Rome sets the middle. Getzinger. Delay off the hands. Riley over to Murray. Great dig by Rutherford. And a dangerous pass out of bounds. Getzinger the serve for Kentucky. Murray took something off it. A brilliant move by Harper Murray. She has
back on their heels waiting for that big swing. Switches it up.
Bergen Riley. And part of that rock star freshman class, seeing so much playing time already with the serve for Nebraska. Delay is stuffed.
Hands pressed over.
Keeping the roof on the Devaney Center. DeLay tries it again. It's Rodriguez the dig. Riley sets Badenhorst from the back row. Hard enough to make this roster, let alone keep your place in the rotation, but Badenhorst with an opportunity tonight with Lindsey Krause out of the lineup with a shoulder injury.
Hold your camera roll up. If you don't know how to scan it, just put it right up to the TV.
Very, very easy. Rutherford comes flying in from the back row from Kentucky, and that's a point for Nebraska. However, it was out.
Nebraska starting to pull away, but look at these numbers. Nebraska leading the nation in opponent hitting percentage, and up until that point, Kentucky was hitting .263, so a good start for this Kentucky team that needs to rely on that offense.
This season, 11th in the nation. Riley, another serve. Grom sets DeLay. Rodriguez, what a dig. Beason off the block. Point Nebraska. Opponents in perfect crescendo to the start of conference play. Here come the Wildcats at 2-5. That's out.
On the flip side, there's teams like Kentucky who want to go all out, find out right away where this team lines up against some of the other top teams.
Nebraska by 7 in the first set. DeLay goes cross court.
Non-conference, you can afford 1 or 2 more losses during conference play as well.
Beason. Lexi Rodriguez, the 2-time All-American, with a float serve, and Tuzzo couldn't quite keep it in play. Ace. Tuzzo ready for it this time. And Megan Wilson, the Oklahoma transfer, goes down the line, but out. Point Nebraska. Nebraska very quietly, it seems like, has opened up a huge lead in the first set. Rutherford, dug by Murray. Riley sets Badenhorst. Point Nebraska. Rodriguez puts a little more on that serve. Thrown to Rutherford, a roll shot. Badenhorst blocked, kept alive by Murray. Rodriguez has to get it over, and she does. A bad pass at the net, and Kentucky wins the point.
Kentucky gets it off of some chaos on Nebraska's side, but yet again, the hustle and the relentless defense from Nebraska is so impressive. Just when you think this ball is dead, there comes Lexi Rodriguez getting it straight over.
Eleanor Bevan. Andy Jackson puts a dent in the floor. It puts Merritt Beason behind the line for the Huskers, needing 2 to win the first. Off the tape. Getzinger dug by Rodriguez. Beason off the hands of Wilson. Grom sets Rutherford. That's a point, Kentucky. Down the line for Murray. Jackson puts it away on the slide. This is Bosiger, who serves Rutherford. Wilson blocked. Riley picks out Harper Murray. Set 1 to Nebraska.
Work in unison, what it's like to be disciplined. So you have other top schools looking at Nebraska to show them how to play defense.
Wouldn't you hate that as a player? Like, you're going to make me watch a conference rival for how to do things the right way?
Normally you think you're looking at like Olympians, but not just Nebraska at this point.
Nebraska led the big future Olympians in many cases. Yes, that's a good start last season as well, so it is a John Cook staple. His Husker teams have fabulous defenses.
The year, so he wants this team to have the best defense in the country, have tough serves, and have that mindset that you're going to get to anything.
Popped out of the net and over, and a point for Nebraska. As Teeler, very early in the second set, but a deflating lost point for Kentucky as Bevan gets out of the way of a floating serve.
To find a way to improve that number.
Brooklyn DeLay serves Rodriguez in the back row, and Becca Alec. Harper Murray serves. to the net. Here's Bevan, the Louisville, Kentucky native, just played her hometown team, the Louisville Cardinals, in Kentucky's last match. Alec gets teed up again. Kentucky ready. Rutherford blocked by Alec and Batenhorst. Here's Riley, pushed to the pin, and the point from Merritt Beason. Trying to close out non-conference with another win against a ranked opponent.
They just took down number 3 Florida. Nebraska only played 2 ranked opponents so far, but
Wilson got that one even past Lexi Rodriguez, point Kentucky. Audrey Whitworth checks into the game to serve for Kentucky. She's from Hardinsburg, Kentucky, rural part of the state, loves to hunt. Went on a hunting trip with her family to Africa over the summer. Batenhorst plants it right in front of Bevan. Batenhorst, with limited playing time this season because of just the depth of this roster, has 4 kills, no errors on 8 swings. Offensive-minded middle blocker, having a great senior season for Kentucky. She serves Murray, who gets it back and puts it down in the corner. Number 1 high school recruit in the most recent graduating class, Harper Murray, already hitting over 300 for her college career, off to a great start. That's Teeler, the 5-year veteran, with the kill in the middle for Kentucky. Teeler was a member of Kentucky's national championship team. She was recruited as a right side hitter, but changed positions during that national championship season. Murray winds up and is blocked this time by Rutherford and Teeler. Point Kentucky. John Cook 5-0 against Craig Skinner when the two meet on opposite benches as head coaches. Riley sets the back row and Beason plants it.
one key Kentucky was focused on in serve and pass today was defending that back row attack, also identifying it really early on. Kentucky has to know where Merritt Beason is at all times, because even in the back row, she gets that just as often.
Bergen Riley into the cross court. Chrome to Rutherford. You could see the block come together for Nebraska, almost like they were expecting a righty, not a lefty, to make that swing. Either way, it's Nebraska's point, and Riley keeps serving.
Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in the action.
Getzinger back to serve for the Cats. A more competitive second set for Kentucky, but they still trail. Getzinger picks out Rodriguez. Murray blocked, out of bounds, point Nebraska.
Murray has shown so much range tonight. She's ripped some balls cross court, gone down the line. She also shows that she has great court vision, going for these blockers' hands right in front of her. A little bit too high, not over enough. She can use them to her advantage.
Here comes Kennedy Orr to serve in front of the Nebraska student section. Rutherford from behind the 10-foot line. Beason into the net. Just her second error of the night. She's got 10 kills.
Emma Grome comes back to serve, which means Reagan Rutherford back up in the front row. Look for Grome to find her late in the set.
Talking about great attendance numbers across college volleyball, Kentucky's last match, played in Louisville against the Cardinals, drew 12,000 to the KFC Yum Center. Murray puts it down.
Such an impressive play for so many reasons. Merritt Beason looking like she's not even gonna get to this ball. Thinking she's just gonna throw it up mid-court, but actually a perfect set out to Harper Murray, who is not afraid to take a huge swing at that.
Bergen Riley. Delay dug by Riley. Murray off the block and a point for Kentucky.
Kentucky's starting to key in Harper Murray, who's getting a lot of sets, doing a better job forming the block in front of her. Reagan Rutherford up front is a step up from Emma Grown. She just provides a much more solid block. So this is a good rotation for Kentucky to have late in a set.
Down 3, delay. Way long and wide.
Checking in for the Wildcats, number 12, Molly Tuzo. Back serving for your Huskers, number 27, Harper Murray.
Murray serves. Bevan, Grom, Rutherford. Punched up by Rodriguez. Tapped down by Alec. Point Nebraska. Kentucky arguing that Alec played the ball on Kentucky's side of the net, but it's set point Nebraska.
Greg Skinner and Emma Grom now talking to the up ref, not happy about that call. Thinking that Becca Alec reached over on the other side of the net as if the ball wasn't cross of the plane. Those refs typically have a good look at it as they can see the plane. Let's take a look at it from the net view. No, that's clean. If any part of that ball is on the plane of the net, it's good for Alec to attack.
Set point Nebraska. Rutherford off the Nebraska block, and a point for Kentucky.
This is when Craig Skinner is looking for big players to step up. He told them after the Louisville game, we need players to step up in these big moments and play clean. This is their chance to do it.
Bevan, the libero, serves to keep Kentucky in this set. Beason out. No touch, point Kentucky.
Door starting to open little by little for Kentucky. Bevan's got to put in a solid serve, try to knock him out of system because that pass was too easy for Allie Batenhorst.
This is the server Kentucky wants in this situation. Bevan, the libero. Alec out again. Junior Eleanor Bevan on a run behind the line. Riley to Batenhorst. Riley to Beason. Set 2 to Nebraska on Beason's 11th kill of the night.
Frustrate the heck out of you until you get the point.
Bergen Riley gets us going in the third. Teeler blocked by Alec. Harper Murray. Grom sets Rutherford, blocked by Murray. Rutherford again. Found the open space through the Nebraska block, and it's a point for Kentucky. That was just out.
She's, I think, one of the most exciting liberos to watch in the country because of the insane plays that she makes that you don't think someone's going to get to.
Serve right back to Nebraska, but Rodriguez with the 9 digs, 3 assists, and an ace tonight. We've just barely started the third set. Her counterpart, Kentucky libero Bevan with the serve. And
playing a defense like Nebraska with Rodriguez on the court because you can't put the ball near her.
Getzinger dug by Riley. Here's Lexi to Batenhorst. Tuzzo. Grom tight to the net. Rutherford, a tapper. And Getzinger got it off the shoulder of Beason, the All-American Rutherford. Murray, the dig, the future All-American. Beason stuffed. On the slide, Getzinger dug by Riley. Batenhorst, dug by Bevan. Wilson blocked out of bounds, point Kentucky. Reagan Rutherford serves. Jackson kept alive by Tuzzo. Getzinger off the top of the net. Rodriguez lays out for it, and Jackson misfires.
Your jaw just drops.
Husker captain, Lexi Rodriguez, leader on and off the floor. Batenhorst rejected. John Cook has won every match. An impressive list, however, featuring Also Chris Thomas, Big Ten rival Illinois. Merritt Beason serves. Getzinger, that's a point Nebraska. What an addition Merritt Beason has been to this Nebraska lineup. Bad pass, Wilson had to set her feet. Tuzzo, Getzinger dumps it. Murray with the swing, out. But a net violation called and a point for Nebraska. Beason serves to tie, nearly an ace. Tuzzo, Rutherford, Wilson. Free ball Nebraska, Rodriguez saved it. Batenhorst drills it.
She's nowhere near it, and then it ends up being perfect every single time.
Well, she's actually from Sterling, Illinois, Emily, and that happens to be the hardware capital of the world. You might not have known that. It's on the Rock River.
That's where my head's at.
A rare miscommunication defensively for Nebraska, and Kentucky back in front by 2. Audrey Whitworth serves. And Andy Jackson with the kill. Getzinger, tapper. Here's Harper Murray, dug in the back row by Whitworth. And delay plants it. Crowd getting a little edgy inside Devaney with Nebraska down. Dug by Rutherford. And delay blocked out of bounds, point Kentucky. Getzinger again, serves Murray. Jackson took something off. Rutherford did not. As USC All-American outside hitter Skylar Fields. It was quite a high school class featuring Rutherford and Fields, two of the premier outside hitters in the country.
Freshman Chloe Chacoin, absolute baller.
She was the second ranked prospect in the country behind Harper Murray.
Yeah, there's so many right now that are absolutely excelling, and just the ones on this court even, 3 of them that are absolute ballers that could deserve it.
That was Orr's first ace of the season. Delay, there was a touch and a point for Kentucky. Emma Grome serves, reigning SEC Player of the Year, the Kentucky setter. Out. Riley. Rutherford. Murray tools the block. Point Nebraska. Riley again. Serves Bevan. And Teeler got a little tied up in the air. And it's a point for Nebraska.
Still dancing.
Yes, he doesn't stop. Riley gets us going out of the timeout. Nebraska serving to tie. Harper Murray on the run. Rutherford keeps Kentucky in front. There's Molly Tuzzo. Dug by Rodriguez. Harper Murray on the right side. And that's a point for Nebraska. Bevan, Grome, Teeler. Point Kentucky. Bevan's a good server. Batenhorst. That's out of play. Point Nebraska. Lexi Rodriguez serves. That's off the Nebraska block. And a point for Reagan Rutherford and Kentucky. Murray. Riley sets the middle, and Andy Jackson takes it the rest of the way. Merritt Beason serves. Getzinger. Pancaked by Rodriguez. It was down. And I know you'll be disappointed to find out, Emily, that As I've learned, Sterling, Illinois is no longer the hardware capital of the world. It has been dethroned in pursuit of a sweep of number 21 Kentucky. That's an error. Rodriguez. Jackson. That's out. Nebraska believes there's a touch in the match. She serves for Nebraska, looking to tie. It's a good serve. Delay, cross court, dug by Bosiger. Murray. That's a point for Nebraska, 18 up and 18 down. The student section rowing for Kennedy Orr. Whistle, point Kentucky, and it puts the setter Grome behind the line for Kentucky. Kentucky's won 6 straight SEC championships. Grome, the ace, getting all they can handle in Big Ten country tonight. What a kill from Beason. Bergen Riley serves. 32 assists and 11 digs for Riley, her third double-double of her freshman campaign, as Rutherford drills that one off the shoulder of Beason. Tuzzo for the Wildcats. Doug on the ball from Murray. Tuzzo again. What a dig by Grome, the setter. Wilson pushed up by Riley. Rodriguez, the bump pass to Beason. Wilson again, down for a Kentucky point. Service error, Molly Tuzzo. Very happy having her serve in, down 2 in the third. Bevan, Grome, Rutherford, that's in. Point Kentucky. Eleanor Bevan to serve. Kentucky needs 2 to extend the match. Badenhorst plants it. Got 10 kills, 1 error tonight for the Huskers. Wilson gets it down. Reagan Rutherford. Badenhorst. What a dig by Tuzzo. Wilson. That's out. A point for Nebraska. Still alive in the third. It would have won Kentucky the match had the call been overturned. Excuse me, the set. And there you go. There's an ace from Merritt Beason, and Beason. Wilson dug by Murray. Badenhorst blocked. Rodriguez with the dig. Murray. Getzinger blocked, but down for a Kentucky point. And Kentucky stays alive. They win the third set. Congrats to Matt Rule's bunch for the win, and John Cook's squad trying to follow suit. And that's a good start to the fourth set. Emma Grome fires into the mesh. And Kennedy Orr off the Nebraska bench to serve. In the middle, Teeler. That stays up. Bosiger, what a play. Murray is stuffed, but a point for Nebraska. It fell on Kentucky's side. Orr's been in rhythm serving for Nebraska tonight. And that's a point for Nebraska. Here's Orr, a little jump float. What a dig from the back row by Beason. Rutherford down the line and in. Just one error again against a really stout defensive team like Nebraska. Reagan Rutherford having a great match. It's been a day of reverse sweeps across college volleyball. Stanford reverse swept Louisville. Wisconsin reverse swept Florida. Tuzzo serves. That's an ace. Tuzzo has 10 aces this season, including 2 tonight. Another great serve, but Murray, Rodriguez gets it back. Murray one more time, that's out. At the net, a joust, and that's a point Kentucky, calling it tight. Murray is blocked by Getzinger.
To pull away just a little bit.
Beason off the block. Getzinger pushes it wide. That looked like it was going out. Kills tonight with 11. Beason, that's touched, and a point for Nebraska. Great dig by Tuzzo. She cut off her libero Bevan, however, and on the free ball, Nebraska's baiting horse dug by Tuzzo. Wilson, sent back by Alec, punched over by Grome. Alec, dug by Tuzzo on the overpass. A point Kentucky. Rutherford serves. Alec, dug by Tuzzo. Dumped over by Grome, what a play. Collective 0-7-6 against the Huskers. Badenhorst is stuffed. Rutherford serves their way. Beason denied. Badenhorst denied. And the Kentucky block. A concrete wall in the fourth set.
They're getting better as this match has gone on.
Rutherford just missed the ace, and a great eye by Badenhorst, playing a line judge on that. Side out Nebraska, Lexi Rodriguez to serve.
Lexi Rodriguez.
Getzinger, dug by Rodriguez. She flailed an arm out, and Murray missed long. Point Kentucky.
It isn't so much Nebraska's defense during this set as it is their offense. A lot of uncharacteristic errors, hitting negative so far here in the fourth set. Defense can only get you so far. If your offense isn't able to score, you're not going to be in games.
You should note that behind us, up and to our left, in the standing room only section of Devaney, there is a pocket of blue, at times shouting, "Let's go Cats," as Kentucky tries to claw its way back into this match. Bevan wore that attack from Beason, and Nebraska prevails on that point.
Nebraska. Back serving for your Huskers, number 13, Merritt, Beason.
In number, they are few, but in voice, they've been loud at times, Emily.
Definitely loud. I mean, we're up here right next to them. That's where Nebraska puts all the opposing parents, and they got to be loud for the girls to hear them.
Delay out of the net. Teed up by Bevan, and that's a roof for Nebraska's block, rising to the challenge.
Andy Jackson looking like a wall up front. Her and Bergen Riley, 2 freshmen working so well together, completely controlling the net.
Riley has the makings of a very capable blocker, the Nebraska setter. Getzinger keeps it alive. Delay, partially blocked. Rodriguez. A swing and a miss from Jackson, and a point for Kentucky.
Jackson taking a real big swing at that one. The set timing just a little bit off. You see her smiling. She wants that one back.
Kentucky in front by 4 still in the fourth, and Elise Getzinger to serve. On the slide, Jackson. That was a home run.
Well, she didn't get the first one, but that one was put down with authority. Andy Jackson doing it all, going behind, hitting the line, which a lot of times for freshman middle blockers, you don't see. They haven't had time to develop that shot yet, but she puts it down with with something extra.
Delay, it comes down for Rutherford on her side. A joust, Teeler stays alive with the point. Nebraska, furious rally. Rutherford, Grom to Delay. Punched up by Bosiger. Murray, denied. Murray, dug by Bevan. Over to Teeler, the middle blocker. Dug by her own teammate, Delay off the tape. A joust, dug by Bevan. Murray tries to clean up the overpass. Dug in the back row by Whitworth. Pancake Rodriguez. Teeler whacks at it. Dug by Rodriguez. Murray. Delay. Murray near the net, pin. Rutherford blocked, Teeler keeps it alive. Both players on both teams exhausted right now. And finally, Murray prevails for Nebraska. Kentucky is challenging that the ball was down on one of the many saves made by Nebraska in this point.
This was the first one that happened. Maisie Bosinger with an incredible one in the back row.
Ball stands. Greg Skinner not happy. Bosiger serves. Good play by Whitworth to keep it alive, and that was touched. Point Kentucky. By the way, that marathon point we saw 2 points ago lasted 1 minute and 12 seconds. Astonishing. Jackson runs the slide, turned away, but
It already feels like it's been the length of an actual set based on that point that we saw, the challenges that we've already seen.
Rutherford blocked out of bounds. Point Kentucky, Rutherford picks up her 16th kill.
Reagan Rutherford is trying to put this team on her back and win this game. We've seen her do it before. She had an outstanding match against Louisville. The team got swept, but she finished with 16 kills at 583 in that one.
In a sweep.
In a sweep.
Kentucky looking for some complimentary scoring to Rutherford. Tonight it's been Elise Getzinger, the middle blocker, with 12 kills. 3 players in double-digit kills for Nebraska. Wilson on Kentucky's side of the net. Point Nebraska.
Great block setup by Bergen Riley up front. She identified that this set was way further in, so she took a step to her left. Becca Alec closed it up. They formed a wall.
Bergen Riley just picked up her 40th assist on the match. Teeler. Dug by Bevan. Wilson. Over to Rutherford. Blocked by Murray. Point Nebraska. The offensive leaders for Nebraska tonight. Andy Jackson, one away from becoming the 4th Nebraska attacker to reach 10 kills for the night. Here's Bergen Riley, the setter. That's an error, just a little bit long. Eleanor Bevan ready to serve for Kentucky, the Wildcats libero. What a way to close out the non-conference portion of the schedule. Getzinger, that was in. Getzinger, her 13th kill, just dotted the line.
Setter Emma Groen is feeding Elise Getzinger any chance that she can. She already has nearly 30 attempts on the night. For a middle, that number is so impressive.
Harper Murray, number 15 for the freshman.
Murray going OT over the top of that block. Just a high flyer, takes a big swing. Likes that matchup on the right side.
Nearly an overpass. Beason blocked by Getzinger, saved by Rodriguez. Chrome can't handle the feed from Murray, and a point for Nebraska.
Smart shot in the back row, seeing where the help is coming from. That all started with Lexi Rodriguez keeping this ball up. It's not just defense in the backcourt, really their cover balls as well. They're always into cover. She's able to make plays, save the ball. Covers don't get count as digs, so you gotta highlight those when you can, Chris.
I'm glad you're here. Rutherford took a bite out of the Nebraska block, out of bounds, and a point for Kentucky.
Reagan Rutherford continuing to use that lefty swing, having a lot of success tooling off the block.
Kentucky has just been able to stay out in front of Nebraska in this fourth set. That didn't miss by much. Rutherford misses, however, and Rodriguez back to serve for the Huskers. What do you think of her game tonight, Lexi Rodriguez?
Oh, incredible. Every single day she steps out on the court. She does the same thing every time, jaw-dropping plays left and right. Tonight especially, though, being able to hang in long rallies, it's been really impressive.
16 digs for Rodriguez. On the slide, Getzinger puts it down.
Getzinger has been someone to step up for this team. Coach Skinner really needs someone other than Reagan Rutherford, who he knows is going to step up every game. They need to have another 1-2 punch. Getzinger has stepped in, really stepped up for this team.
Audrey Whitworth serves for Kentucky, up 2. Dug by Rutherford, but an overpass out of bounds. Down in SEC country for her volleyball career. Delay, dug by Rodriguez on the overpass. Murray swipes it up. Rodriguez towards the net. Batenhorst. Point Nebraska. We're tied in the fourth.
Allie Batenhorst with a blind swing. This ball is coming completely over her shoulder. Lexi Rodriguez puts up a great ball for her. She goes to the top of the tape and gets it.
Third set was tied 18-18 as well. Beason, a moving serve. Batenhorst gets the kill. Nebraska takes the lead.
Going back to the previous play, this ball almost, Harper Murray sends it back to the back line. Lexi Rodriguez, behind her back, puts up an out-of-system set. Allie Batenhorst, that ball, she can't see the block in front of her, still uses it.
Nearly an overpass. Bevan saves it, and then Chrome couldn't clear the tape. It to go.
Smart shot by Delay up front, identifying she has a triple block in front of her, which means that she doesn't have an off-blocker playing defense to pick up that ball right over the block. It becomes really difficult as a backcourt when you don't have off-blocker help.
Elise Getzinger serves for Kentucky to tie. Andy Jackson dug by Whitworth, out of reach. Andy Jackson with her 10th kill, matches her career high, just a freshman, remember. Jackson stays on the floor as Maisie Bosiger goes back to serve it up. Lollipop serve. What a pancake from Bosiger. Grom took a swing as a setter, and she missed it long.
Defense doesn't score points, but it can sure get you out of some pickles that eventually result in points. Maisie Bosinger coming out of nowhere to get this ball up. Sometimes you just have to keep the pressure on the other side. You get points that way with the other time making mistakes.
Rutherford from the back row. 22-20, Kentucky's serve.
Kentucky's not going away. This is a team that is going to fight until the end. They might be down 2 points, down 1-2 in this match. They're going to continue to fight.
Emma Grom serves. Dug by Bevan. Rutherford, that's in. What a swing from Reagan Rutherford, and Kentucky down 1 in the 4th.
Sneaky shot from Rutherford, taking a little bit of speed off, placing it right inside that off blocker.
You see the 19 kills, just 2 attack errors. Grom again, serving to tie. Murray blasts it off Bevan, the overpass. Murray again. Rutherford. Beason off the tape.
Merritt Beason puts it away for Nebraska. Earlier in that play, Eleanor Bevan taking one off the chest. Harper Murray putting a lot of heat right at her, middle of your screen.
Kennedy Orr. Nebraska 2 away from the match. Grom, that was an overpass, and Murray beats it back. Match point. Still playing. Now we're not. Nebraska wins in 4.
Nebraska found themselves in holes in this match. This entire 4th set being down until the red zone.